And let's touch on this because I think that's a very good point, right? Oftentimes, man, you hear about, people wanting to invest. It's like, oh, I got a little extra money. I want to get some stock. I want to get this. I want to get that. I want to get a rental property. I think the misconception oftentimes is that you have to have a rental property to be invested. Like, to just home ownership is real estate investing. Like, it's a form of it. And I think it's one that we have to really start to focus in on because you have to live somewhere.
Absolutely.
Like, so paying rent or paying mortgage that's going to give you tax write-offs, you're going to get all types of tax benefits. You're going to build up equity in a home. And if you can get it paid off, now you can eradicate the bill because your home is paid off and you can just stack all that money that you were once paying for rent or whatever the case may be. So talk about that a little bit of just the perception between investing in real estate versus home ownership.
Oh my goodness. So then I want to blow this, it's a perfect transition because I would say 95% of my clientele 30 and under, and that's who we're speaking to. That's who really matters right here. The next generation. Wait too long to contact me, and it's because of one, they've heard things from friends and things that are just untrue and myths in real estate. It's a lot of myths in real estate first and foremost.
Right.
The second thing is they don't know the order. They don't know how much money they need. They don't know the steps. And a lot of people do see, like, I flip homes for a living. I get a lot of messages saying, "Cal, I want to flip next week. Like, I'm ready to do whatever I need to do to flip."
It's the sexy thing. It's sexy. People are like, "Oh, I took this rundown crib and made it this masterpiece." And you watch all these shows on TVs.
These shows on TVs make it look really easy, Ben. But I tell people, and again, this isn't dream deflating because I'm a big dream chaser, and I absolutely 100% believe in putting into people's dreams and letting them marinate. But the first thing is you got to get you a crib. You got to get you a crib because the crib, you're buying it at such a lower interest rate. You're bringing less to the table. So on a crib, you can be bringing 3% on an FHA or 5% on a conventional loan. If you want a rental property, you're bringing 20%. So, for a $100,000 rental property, you're having to have $20,000 to the table. Not to say that the viewers don't, but that scares a lot of people.
I agree.
That's like, I got to have $20,000. I never can do this.
Yeah.
But you could have had that crib and maybe you're renting rooms out if you're single. That's what I did. Like
house hack.
House hack. First house I had, all my homies, all the frat was staying there. And we all waiting.
But you own it. You're getting the equity. Like, you're building your credit.
Absolutely.
That's something we're going to be talking about next episode. I have a gentleman that's coming in to specifically talk credit. But it's some benefits in house hacking.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then too, your homie who's staying in the room next door, in rent in Charlotte right now, their one bedroom is $1,100. They're paying you $400 because you're taking your mortgage and splitting it divided by 4.
So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. You saving money because you ain't got to pay all the extra, and I'm getting money on the other side because I know I can pay my mortgage. You know what I mean? I don't have to pay the whole thing by myself. And again, it continues to build your credit, man. That's beautiful.
I wanted to add this one last piece. I like another, because I know we're speaking to young married couples or couples who are getting ready to be married, or fiancés, or you're dating someone seriously you've been with for a couple years. You're thinking about that next stage. Another thing I tell you of not jumping and getting into flips and rentals before we get into home ownership is because if you and your I'm not even going to say fiance, but you and your girlfriend at the time, you both are thinking about these dream homes, you're getting married, and you automatically think the first step is we're going to get married, we're going to go look for this house. As soon as you do that, if y'all had y'all's means together, you just threw your rental property out the door. And I say that to say, if you guys both buy houses individually, you know that she's the one, Ben, and we're getting married in a year, Ben, because it used to be with our parents, like, they propose, they get married next week. Like, with us, we need a year, maybe even 2,
you got to get the do all right, etc., etc.
But you know this is the one. I tell my clients, man, y'all both go get cribs. Y'all both bring 5% to the table.
That was our scenario.
100. Oh, that was just actually, you lived that. You lived through it. $200,000 crib, where you bringing 5%, which is $10,000. Your fiance is bringing 5%, which is $10,000. And for the people, as long as you have not been married, it could be the day before you get married. You can close on that crib and pay 5%. And then as soon as you get married, y'all move into one of the houses, and you've locked crib 2 in for 30 years at a rate that's for personal, use. Because as soon as you turn it into a rental, they're going to charge you more. As soon as you turn it to a flip and you go to sell it, you're paying more taxes. So people don't ask the tax questions and stuff like that. I'm not an accountant. Definitely want you to reach out to it, but
For sure.
it's definitely something important to not put things in front of other. And home ownership, I feel like, is number one, and then we feed into the real estate things that bring us passive income.
I like it because again, man, I'm really big on home ownership, man. Like, you have to start somewhere, and I think one of the things you said earlier too kind of stood out to me as well, because you were grinding so hard that you were saving money in the process. And part of that is probably because you didn't have the extra time to go out and spend money.
You can't. You don't.
So now, not only are you making yourself better mentally and preparing yourself for, you know, stuff that's coming down the pipeline, but you're saving money in the process. A lot of people can't get to the point of having that money for a down payment because they're always wanting to go here to buy whatever table, or, you know, whatever the case may be, which I'm not down there. I've been through my tables phases. I done been there, done all that. However, you got to make sure you prioritize, right? You know what I mean? Take always something off the top. Pay yourself first. That is a rich dad, poor dad principle that I practice to anybody. Before you even pay your bills, pay God first. I'm a tither. Pay God, then pay yourself, and then pay your bills. Like, you have to find ways to save. Trick yourself, do whatever it is, and if you're not making enough to where you can save, find a hustle. You got to do something on the side to bring in some more income. Because if you're not saving money to go get that first property, that is where wealth starts. It starts with that first property.
And then